All right, everybody. Who wants to hear about money? Okay, we have some really exciting new things regarding club funding. So brace yourselves. I think the first most exciting thing is ASNAU. I'm their advisor. We've been working for years to do more than just reimbursements because we know reimbursements aren't always accessible for people. We know that some people or clubs need funded immediately and not just putting things out of student pockets. So we have finally solved this, and now we are no longer calling it the ASNAU reimbursement process. It is now an ASNAU appropriations process, kind of like with the national government. There's like the appropriations committee. So very similar. The idea is, yes, reimbursements will still exist. So there's that option. But there's also, we have a menu of items that we will buy directly for you. So no money coming out of your pockets. We will buy things directly for you, have it sent to the ASNAU office, and then we will have you come pick it up. So for example, we will fund club t-shirts, which is new, as long as they're for a marketing purpose, like to recruit members. We will also fund stickers, and we'll buy those directly. We'll buy directly vehicle rentals, food, Sodexo food, it's a huge deal, among other things. So we have a pretty, she's excited about money. So we have a pretty comprehensive list of things we will buy directly for you. Again, reimbursements will still exist because that is also functional for many people. Also, historically, the amount for years and years, the amount that ASNAU has given clubs is $2,000 annually. That is going up. So starting this fall, clubs will have access to $4,000 annually from ASNAU. Many clubs use this for travel, for conference registration, that kind of thing. So anyway, we're happy to consult with you about what your needs are, but really exciting that you have double the access of funds to support what your club is doing from ASNAU. Other club funding options include the Lumberjacks Thrive grants. So that's from the alumni office. Yeah, they have a grant that allows for, let's say you're hosting an event with an alum. So you're inviting an alumni of NAU to come and speak or something. They will pay for that event, which is pretty incredible. So there's that grant. Sodexo has Sodexo has food. I'm sorry, Sodexo will pay for up to, I believe it's $500. Correct me if I'm wrong. For Salvador, did I get that wrong?
$250 per semester.
Oh yes, I was adding it. Thank you. So $250 per semester for Sodexo funds. That's separate from ASNAU buying your food. So $250 per semester for Sodexo. STAC funds. So STAC is if you're having an on-campus event, it has to be on campus and it has to be catered or available to the general student body. So it can't just be a club event. Examples of STAC funded events are the Black Renaissance, the Hapa Hawaiian Luau, Birds Aren't Real concert, among other things. And clubs have access to $10,000 annually for STAC funds. The room reservation fund is also new. That is co-funded by ASNAU and STAC. And we have allotted $50,000 to help clubs with their room reservation costs. So you have up to $3,000 per year, per academic year, and we'll pay your bill for when you get invoiced for utilizing a space on campus. Salvador and I also manage your foundation accounts. Many clubs have foundation accounts, which is money basically that's being donated to your club. So we're happy to help you get those funds and get a check in your hands or buy things for you using foundation funds. Jax Funder is in partnership with the foundation. Jax Funder is a program, it's like crowdfunding. Think of it as like GoFundMe. and the foundation will support you in doing a crowdfunding campaign and bringing money into your organization, which is pretty awesome. And then finally, concessions. Concessions is in partnership with Sodexo and athletics, where your club could show up at, like, not show up, but you'd sign up at a what's it called, at like a football game, and you'd work the concessions table or concession stands, and you get a check to your club when you do that. Those can be pretty significant, like a couple $1,000s for your club for concessions, which is really exciting. So more info to come. We're working with them right now on the logistics for concessions to get you, and we'll send that out to you all once we have that. But all of these funds are, and information about how to access them and apply for them are all on our club resources page. There's a drop down that says club funding, so you can access things there. Please note the ASNAU fund, we are almost ready to launch our new application for that. As soon as we do that, I'll post that in Teams, but that application is almost ready. It'll be ready in about a week and a half for folks to already start submitting things for reimbursement or to be funded. Yeah, did I miss anything, team? Elise, go for it.
I was just gonna say, Michelle, we had a question from Phoenix about the ASNAU fund. Can grad and undergrad mixed clubs have access to that funding for shirts and stickers?
Great question. If they're mixed, yes, but as long as those undergrads are Mountain Campus students, because ASNAU is funded through the 23 fee, which only Flagstaff undergrad students pay for. So that means that has to be the primary membership of the club, because that's where those funds come from. Great question. Okay, I'll keep looking through the chat if there's any other questions about funding, though I'm sure the L&E team answered too. But you have a ton of resources around funding for you, so please utilize them. We want to have a zero budget. I feel like we want to use every dollar. So please utilize that. Salvador is a co-advisor of STAC. I advise ASNAU. We're meeting. I'm meeting actually. Meeting actually this week about the Lumberjacks Thrive program and how we can increase club participation. So we are really well versed in getting you all the funds and the money that you need. So happy to help. All right, I'm going to kick it over to Mackenzie, I believe.
Before we go to Mackenzie, Meredith, can you quickly go to NAU.edu/clubs, please? Sorry, NAU.edu/club resources, and share your screen there. Okay. If you scroll all the way down and click on club funding, that's where you'll be able to click here. And that will take you to the club funding resources that you all have access to. Here's more information on how to utilize them. And obviously the process, as I mentioned there's been a lot of questions about the actual process on how to get the room reservation fund. So do you mind clicking on that one, please? It tells you exactly how to execute this process, how to label the email, how to request the invoice, who to send it to, what the subject line needs to be, and so on and so forth. Just know that at this moment, we are hiring a new ASNAU operations manager. Until then, we are sending it to Michelle, but then that's going to change within the next, hopefully, few weeks. So that's the process that you will have to execute. And as another reminder, if you click on, thank you, Meredith, I appreciate you. If you can continue to click down and then click on NAU concessions. As a reminder, concessions is a tool that we often use, and a lot of you actually use to fundraise a significant amount of money in a very short period of time. So just so you know, concession is struggling a little bit just because Sodexo has had a lot of turnarounds when it comes to staff who oversee concessions. So at this moment, there's no full or active process on how to do concessions. So those chapters, clubs, and orgs who have emailed us, we promise we're not trying to give you the turnaround. We really just waiting for Sodexo to provide us with an actual process, a new process on how you all can work in sessions. Because again, that's one of the fastest ways for you all to raise money. So as soon as we find out what the new process is, we'll communicate that with you all via Microsoft Teams. So your Microsoft team representatives will share that information with you. But just so you know that that process is still pending. And then two, if for some reason last academic year you work concessions and you still haven't gotten paid, that's definitely unacceptable, and you need to let us know ASAP, because then we need to make sure that Sodexo pays you as soon as possible. I know they had a little issue last year with some checks being executed and even made to the club. So if you're still waiting on that payment, please let us know. But again, we'll communicate that as soon as possible. And now I'm done.